The Barbados Cricket Association, the BCA, has defended its decision to rebuff an attempt by Cricket West Indies presidential hopeful Ricky Skerritt to make a presentation on his plans for the game. Now, should he defeat the incumbent Dave Cameron in the elections on the 24th of March in Jamaica. Now, BCA President Conde Riley says the decision to decline the meeting offer reflected the result of a vote taken among members about which slate to support in the upcoming elections for executive posts at Cricket West Indies. Speaking to the Nation newspaper in Barbados, Riley said, once the board decided that they were supporting the incumbents, that was it. You can't come out and go against something that has been agreed on by vote by the full BCA board. Now, Riley is adamant there is nothing personal about the decision to not give audience to Skerritt and his running mate, Dr. Kishore Shallow. He joins us now on the SportsMax Zone. Conde, Riley, welcome to the Zone. Great to have you on the show. We were trying to get you yesterday, but we've got you now.
Yeah, yesterday I was chairing a meeting, so it was a little bit difficult.
Yeah, the response coming from Skerritt and Shallow has been very, very aggressive and pointing fingers at the BCA, the Windwards board and the Guyana board for not even giving an opportunity to have them speak to them about what their plans would be if they were to take over presidency of or the leadership of Cricket West Indies. Can you, from a chronological standpoint, tell us when your meeting was held to decide from a BCA perspective which candidate you would be supporting at Cricket West Indies elections March 24th?
Well, our BCA meetings are held on the second Tuesday in every month. So it wasn't a situation where we set a meeting, you know, that's our date. Before that, I had asked to the secretary to convene a meeting on the Saturday of one of the regional games so we could have a chat. But two of our directors were overseas, Roland Butcher and Betty Lewis, sorry. And the board decided that we will wait until the following Tuesday at the full board meeting where we'd have everybody present. And that was the reason. It wasn't like we set a meeting, you know, just like that. The second Tuesday in every month is the BCA board meeting. Yeah. Because, you know, guys, you know, have other activities and involvement in different things. So we set it so people can arrange their business around our board meeting. Our franchise board meeting is on the third Monday, or BCA board meeting is on the second Tuesday.
Yeah. So can you explain or give us the information about how much of a consensus you had with? Was it a lively vote? Was there a competitive tone to the voting for support for Cameron?
Well, no other parties were put forward. There was one nomination for Cameron and Nanton. And at that time, I'm not sure if the Mrs. Skerritt and Shallow had a secondary. I'm not sure about that. But in other words, it wasn't like a competitive thing. It was that the board, based on three things. One, the expansion of our regional tournament from 5 matches to 10 matches. Two, the professionalization of West Indies cricket, where we moved from 15, 20 guys to now 19 in the franchises, and also involving the ladies. And in the case of Barbados, we also have 12 other contracted players who are not franchise players on development contracts. To keep them interested, and a lot of them are academically inclined, and we give them the opportunity to play the cricket, and if they want to go to the university or the polytechnic or the community college to do associate degrees, because we, back in 2008, when we opened the Avenue Center of Excellence on the 50th anniversary of his world record, 5 consecutive centuries, we thought that he epitomized, a lot of what excellence is all about. So we named it after him. We also believe in the Frank World vision where education is important. And we felt that what has been done by the incumbents in terms of that expansion of the regional tournament the professionalization of cricket. And as a director, I know that we've moved from, I think it's $84 million in negotiating at the ICC or president to $128 million. And we felt that those three things, they had done nothing wrong. And we felt that we would stick with them.
All right,
there was a vote, and that was done on the 12th of February.
All right, Conde, you talked about, that board meeting where the decision was made to support
I just want to make one more point.
Okay, go ahead.
There was a pretty acrimonious time in West Indies cricket where we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in a fight with Weeper and so on. Since Mrs. Cameron and Nanton took over, there's a much better relationship with the Weeper and the West Indies Cricket Board. There's no fighting, we negotiate, and I believe that our cricket is settling down. And if you follow what has gone on in the last, in fact, this series that's going on right now against England, I can see a group of very talented young people. And at this time, the BCA board didn't think that the leadership should be changed. And that's our position.
All right, Conde, let me go back to my question now. Going into that board meeting, the one that the decision was made to support Dave Cameron, did the BCA receive any kind of letter from Skerritt and Shallow asking for BCA support? And secondly, even though the board had made a decision to support Dave fully, why didn't you just decide to at least hear what they had to say going into the election on the 24th of March in Jamaica?
Right. Well, in the chronological sequence of time, right, we got I think the letter on the 7th. We had our board meeting on the 12th, and we do not have a problem with the two gentlemen. I've been working with them in the case of Skerritt a bit longer than Shallow, and I think both men have something to offer. Young Shallow is a very young man, and I think he has a lot to offer. Being, I think in his late 30s or mid 30s. And I have great respect for both of them. But at this particular time, the board made a decision and we voted. We are not averse to having Mrs. Skerritt come and speak. But our rules set out that, the board makes decisions as to who we support, and that's all we did.
Okay,
let's create a nomination. So there was no other nomination.
All right, let's create a scenario here. What if Skerritt and Shallow should actually win the elections on 24th of March here in Jamaica? How would the BCA survive and exist with what transpired in terms of the BCA led by you saying, rejecting their offer of coming to talk to the BCA? How would that work?
No. We have not rejected anything. And that's a misconception. We had a meeting, we made a vote. We are not averse to Mrs. Skerritt or any other person who gets a nomination and seconded before the AGM in Jamaica on the 20-something of March. I know the deadline is fast approaching, or it may have passed, I'm not sure, because I don't have anything in front of me. Actually, I just pulled over to take this call. We're not averse to that. We made our decision, our board, based on what has transpired over the last 5 years in terms of West Indies cricket. And our rules allow us to do that.
Yeah, but Conde, can I stop you one moment?
Sure.
Based on the media reports coming out, it was reported that you had written to Skerritt and in response to reject the offer for them to make a presentation to you. Are you saying that that did not happen?
I can forward the letter I wrote to Mr. Skerritt, and I said to him, the BCA board met last night, and the board decided by vote to support the incumbent.
Yes.
I said, I hope you do not take this as a slight against you, but that's a board decision based on our rules.
All right, Conde, I'm also aware that there's a cricket group in Barbados at the moment which is very unhappy about this issue and how it played out, to the extent that they're gathering a petition to force, if you may, an extraordinary general meeting to relook at the BCA's position with regard to which candidate it will support. I'm sure you're aware of that. I think Hartley Reid is behind it. What is your response to that? Because it does seem that there are many cricket personalities or cricket entities in Barbados who aren't happy with the BCA's position on this as it now stands. Yes?
The process that we followed is settled in our rule. The board met. The board made a decision. There were no other nominations. We have no problem in listening to Mr. Skerritt and Shallow. But they made a decision as a board, not Conde Riley, a board. The rules permit us to so do. And we put it to a vote, so we knew exactly how many people supported. Nobody was against. And we know the abstention.
So are you saying, Conde, that you're...
Just a minute. That is in keeping with our rules.
Yes.
If a member of the board, if a member of our membership decides that he is aggrieved and he can show where the BCA did not follow the letter of the law in terms of our rules, then he can get the petition. That's not a problem. It's a democratic process. And if he wants to do that, actually, we went to primary school together. We sat next to each other. My mother taught both of us in the same class. So I don't have a problem. If he can prove that the BCA board breached the rules of the Barbados Cricket Association and we did something wrong, then he has the right to do so. Get the petition and come, and I'm sure that our minutes will reflect what transpired and will show that everything that was done was in keeping with our rules.
So I take that to mean then, Conde, that you are reasonably confident that in spite of this effort for a petition, that it would not, the end product would not be a re-election or an extraordinary meeting to have another election about who the BCA would support.
Well, look, this is silly season, so I don't know what will transpire. All I can say as the president of the Barbados Cricket Association is that the BCA followed the rules, and we had a meeting. There were only 2 people put up. A vote was taken. Our minutes will reflect that. If you're not sure of what transpired, to say that it was undemocratic or something like that, but then our minutes will reflect what actually transpired. And I have some very responsible people on my board, and there was a vote.
Okay, Conde, let's use the word democracy for a moment. I mean, Skerritt and Shallow, they're ambitious. They want to lead West Indies cricket to another level. They think that they can take it to another level. But the BCA has decided that there's no time for them to come and talk to the board. Is that democracy? And how does it look in the wider scheme of things in the region where Barbados is saying to an aspirant that, we have no time to talk to you? How does that look?
That's not true. I will always have time. I've sat with both men at board meetings. I will never say I have no time for them. But in a chronological sequence of events, and tomorrow we are putting out a statement on what transpired. We don't know who else would want to run. But we were just confident in what has transpired over the last 5 years. And that's our position as a board, not a Conde Riley.
All right, Conde, before you leave us, I just want to get something clear here. So what you're actually saying is that your response to Skerritt and Shallow was that you had already made a decision. So it is their wording of what they've given to the press that is suggesting that you shrug them off and say you didn't want to hear from them. You're saying that you responded to tell them that you had already made a decision. But you're saying now on the SportsMax Zone that yes, you have made a decision. But if you want to come and talk to us, Skerritt and Shallow, you can still talk. But we have made a decision. Is that a correct interpretation of what happened?
Absolutely. And our press release tomorrow will reflect that. And as I said, I can forward my email to both gentlemen asking for support. And I said the board met on the 12th, and this is the decision that was made. But we would not be averse to having, in fact, I saw the 10-point plan. It's not a bad plan, and this is what competition is again.
So Conde,
it's all about. Right?
Conde,
we are not averse.
Okay, Conde, was Skerritt...
No, Mr. Shallow.
Okay. Conde, was Mr. Skerritt being a little facetious or disingenuous in coming out and accusing the BCA of not meeting with them?
I don't want to get into a fighting match with that. Tomorrow the BCA is going to put out a release which sets out chronologically the sequence of events. Okay? I told you all why the BCA decided to support the incumbents. And let me go back to it. 1, the expansion of the season. 2, the professionalization of West Indies cricket, moving from 15, 20 people to 90 plus gentlemen and young ladies. And thirdly, the movement, the negotiations at ICC level to move us from 84 million to 128 million dollars over the 4-year cycle. And I think those are 3 good reasons. I have no problem with any other 2 people or any other potential president having a different plan, okay? But for the time being, this is what my board decided, that we were happy based on those 3 planks to support the incumbents.
Conde, great talking to you on the SportsMax Zone, and thanks for putting your position forward, which I would hope puts or adds some clarity to a situation that has looked a little bit cloudy over the past week. Thanks a lot.
And as I said, we're putting out a press tomorrow, and you can have a look at it. And
we will.
Sequence of events.
We will.
And,
we will, and it will be on the Zone on Wednesday as well. On Thursday. We don't have a show on Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday. Thanks, Conde.